Well, President Trump repeated his attacks on mail-in voting today, saying it could result in a rigged election.
But Democrats say mail-in voting should be expanded during a pandemic, and they want to make sure the post office is fully funded. So how will it look in Illinois? WGN's Mike Lowe explains.
When Illinois voters cast their ballots in March, still in the early days of the pandemic, it was a sign of things to come. For the general election, instead of sanitizer and masks, we're likely to see stamps and mail.
We knew by the time the primary rolled around that the general election was going to have a record number of vote-by-mail ballots.
Local clerks around the state are preparing for a surge in voting by mail. In Chicago, election officials say so far there have been 250,000 vote-by-mail applications. That's 10 weeks before the deadline, and Chicago is already 2 times the all-time record of 118,000, ahead of the pandemic primary last March and the 116,000 requested in November of 1944. That was the election during World War II. The issue has become a political flashpoint, with President Donald Trump saying without evidence that voting by mail could increase fraud. The president wants to block an expansion of voting by mail by refusing to support funds for the Postal Service.
One of the reasons the post office needs that much money is to have all of these millions of ballots coming in from nowhere, and nobody knows from where and where they're going.
But even as he attacks vote by mail, the president and first lady today requested absentee ballots in Florida. Democrats in Congress say the president is meddling in the election, and they're calling on him to fully fund the post office to ensure that all votes are counted.
He's been afraid for a while. He knows that on the legit, it'd be hard for him to win, so he wants to put obstacles of participation.
A new election law in Illinois, in effect for this election only, required clerks to send vote-by-mail applications to anyone who has voted in any of the last 3 statewide elections.
It required our 108 local election authorities to really push their voters and encourage them to use vote by mail.
Today, the U.S. Postal Service warned that delivery delays could mean mail-in ballots in 46 states will not arrive on time to be counted in the November election. Illinois state election officials say residents can actually avoid the post office altogether by using secure drop boxes.
They can use secure drop boxes to give their voters an alternative to the Postal Service.
Matt Dietrich of the State Board of Elections says he wants to once and for all clear up the confusion about the differences between absentee voting and voting by mail.
It's exactly the same. In Illinois, we no longer use the term absentee. We only use the term vote by mail. It's as secure as going into a polling place and voting in person.
Mike Lowe, WGN News.